Let's switch to Bill Oldsey. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, thank you. 3 priorities. We have a lot of priorities and we have a lot of work. Although we've accomplished a lot of things in the last 3 years, we have a lot of things that still need to be done. I would tell you that the 3 things that are most important to me are clearly we have fought very hard to get open, unfettered, unredacted access to the free materials. The truth will set you free. That's no pun intended. The truth will set you free, and that's something that I think most of us have believed at our core from the very beginning of what I believe is a very worthy fight. We've got to get into those materials. We've got to do the analysis that is necessary in those materials. And once we do that, we will know that that report is severely flawed, that it set up a horrible false narrative that our school has paid a very dear price for a long, long time. There was a Chronicle of Higher Education article published last week. Trustee Anthony Lebrano and I were heavily quoted in that article. One of the things that I said about the free report was very simple. The reporter said, well, why do you need to see the materials in an unredacted, unfettered form? Because if you don't know who's saying what to whom, it is a worthless exercise. We've got to, there will be no breaches of confidentiality. That is not our intention. We have fought very hard to make sure that we get unfettered, open access to those materials so they can once and for all deal with a very flawed report. Second priority for me is to celebrate what I call a once-in-a-lifetime legacy. There are Joe Paternos that come around about every 400 years in this life. We were lucky enough to have an iconic person, not because he was a great football coach, because he was a humanitarian, an educator, a wonderful Renaissance man who helped to build Penn State, in my opinion, the single most important individual in the foundational building of our university. And by the way, we talk a lot about how to honor Joe. There's only one thing that's really important to me about that, and that is how Sue would like it to be done and how the Paterno family would like it to be done. We need to make sure that we do it in conjunction with them. And nobody talks about the Spanier family, and nobody talks about the Curley family, and nobody talks about the Schultz family. I grew up with Tim Curley. I've been playing baseball with Tim since we were in 3rd grade. Never a finer man have I met. Graham and Sandy Spanier are friends of mine. The way our university has treated those families is incorrigible. We need to make the relationships with all of those people right again to the best of our ability. Same Chronicle of Education article last week. My quote, it was the epitome of disloyalty, the way our university treated those 4 families and those 4 men, and it sickens me. We've got a lot of work to do to make that right. Third priority for me is, certainly we talk about controlling tuition and room and board and the expense. The national debt metric now for students graduating from college in this country is about $29,000. Our average debt for Penn State undergraduates is more than that. It's $34,000 or $35,000 before they get out of Penn State. That's not a good metric for us. And I'm running out of time, but what I would say is we've got to work very hard on the return on investment of a Penn State degree. If a Penn State degree is going to cost a lot of money, let's measure things so that you know what the return on investment is on that degree, and let's hold tuition and costs as low as we possibly can for our customers, our students.
Very good, Bill. Thank you.